Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It will come as no surprise to anyone that Doctor Who is in pretty bad condition. What if I told you that the BBC and Disney are both scrambling trying to hide data from individuals who just want to report normal pieces of information? Maybe what the public thinks of it. Would you believe that? Hopefully you do, because that is what's happening. The BBC and Disney both are desperately scrambling trying to hide information from the public on what the public thinks of Doctor Who. I know, the gaslighting. So what this is, and this comes to me from a very reliable source, and I can reveal where it actually came from. We'll get to that in a minute. But what this stems from is the Audience Appreciation Index, which is it's a tool which broadcasters use. The BBC use it. It's a tool which they use to indicate how well a show is received by the public. Okay, it's a score out of 100. The higher it is, the better received it is. The low down it is, the less well received it is. They're also, the BBC and presumably Disney, because they've not released any figures yet, remember that. But the BBC, again, presumably Disney, they're also trying desperately to, I guess, get in the way of the viewership figures being revealed as well. So this is pretty staggering information. This is, I'm not going to say it's an exclusive, but it does come to me from a very reliable source. And that reliable source is actually Doctor Who TV. Now, this is a website which is dedicated to all things Doctor Who. It's a very positive website. It's not, they're hardcore Doctor Who fans. They're not people that are just posting derogatory things here and there. If I peruse their website, it is as positive can be. I just simply deal in the facts and the data and, have a good laugh at other people's expense here and there sometimes. So this comes from Doctor Who TV directly. They reached out to me because they saw one of my ratings videos where I use them as a source because they have this information and it's really good. They have this whole table, as you can see here, right? It's really good information. But I queried something and they wanted to query with me, or at least clarify the query, to say that they weren't purposely hiding information. So what did I query? Well, I queried this, the Audience Appreciation Index, because it's not there. It never has been there. Oddly enough, it's never been something which they've shown. And I queried that, not to say that they were the ones hiding it, but just to say that it's been hidden. And this is what I've said with respect to Disney. Disney's not released any figures yet. Normally they're very quick at releasing figures. I think you'll find when the Nielsen ratings drop, which should be quite soon actually, should be in the next couple of weeks because they do it for the month and then it, accumulates over. And maybe Samba TV as well. But again, this has all been pretty damn quiet. When these things drop, I think you'll find that the viewership is terrible. And I think if we could get the information of the Audience Appreciation Index, we'd find out that that information was terrible. So before I get into what they said, hit subscribe if you're new here and you've enjoyed the video thus far. We're 3 minutes in? Hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture, movie news, like this. This is, I'm not going to say it's an exclusive. They could have reached out to other people. I don't know. But they did purposely reach out to me. So hit subscribe and turn the bell notifications on. You like what I do? Support via Patreon. It's the first link down below in the description box. We get massive demonetization here because I just bring you the facts, bring you the statistics and the truth. So first link down below. Support. You can support for as little as $2 a month or even more. $10 would be great. Anyway, what did they say? I'm going to read it because I think it's important. No information on who it was. I'm not going to tell you who it was from their website. It's not what I'm doing, okay? But they are the source, a very unbiased source. Again, like I said, potentially biased to the positive. They have a vested interest on this show being successful because they're running a website. And they said, "Hi, I've seen one of your videos analysing the Doctor Who ratings from our website. And you have questioned the missing AI figures, audience index, the Audience Appreciation Index figures for Series 14. Because they're not missing for any other season, guys. They're not missing for any other season. I just wanted to say, this is not a choice by us. We had every intention of showing them. And we had the table set up at the start of the season, which they did. And that's why they've still got the information in their website. Because presumably they're using it as a blank format template for various articles that they re-release every single week. And they said further, and that's why, they said further, but for now, the BBC have decided to keep the figures for internal use only. That's weird. And that's why you won't find them anywhere else on the web either. We've never... This is a website that has been... They've ran this website for 20 years. 20 years. We've never ran into this issue before in our 20 years running the site. It all changed this year. 20 years. And they've only just done it. Oh, I wonder why that is, ladies and gents. I do wonder. Now further, just as an FYI. So they did say... They contacted me because it's a little annoying that some people might be thinking that they are hiding the figures or shilling for the BBC, as is a common accusation today. They're not. They have not hidden the figures. They want to show the figures. They want to show them. They've contacted them. But this is the interesting thing. They say, we're only the site that is still provided. They are the only website that is still provided the figures as soon... Like... There's nowhere else showing these figures in the raw data. Like the Radio Times, everyone quotes this website for the information. No one else does. But it's interesting. And they say this. We're the only site that is still provided the figures as soon as we get a hold of them. And even the overnights and TV only ratings have become harder to obtain this year. Hence the delay. There is quite literally a day or so delay on them releasing these figures. With the way it's going, this is verbatim, I suspect there may come a time soon when we won't be able to source anything but the +7, +4 screen. It's never been a problem before, but this era, something has changed behind the scenes and the information is being intentionally cut off. So again, this isn't like a massive expose or anything like that. But this is something that is important because the BBC... These figures are not going to be good, ladies and gents. If these figures were good, they'd release them. They're purposely struggling to even, hold their heads up and provide this data. Provide this viewership data. Remember, Doctor Who was cancelled for more viewership than this. More viewership. And it was cancelled. Now that Disney has done something very, very similar. I've been chronicling a lot lately that Rotten Tomatoes had stopped releasing fan, viewership, whatever, audience reviews. They blocked them for weeks. Literally weeks they were blocking audience reviews. Very odd. Disney's released no information on how Doctor Who has done on Disney+. They invested over, quite a lot of money, over 100 million, hundreds of millions of dollars. It's been a lot of cash flow that they gave to the BBC, BBC Studios, which is the sort of commercial arm of the BBC. So why are they doing this? Because it's dead. It's absolutely dead. There will, I 100% believe there will come a time where these figures will not be something I can talk about. So it's not Doctor Who TV. They're not shills at all. They want to release the Audience Appreciation Index. They want to release this stuff. But the BBC is hiding, purposely, the data. Why are they doing that? Because very clearly it's bad. So when they tell you it's in good health, it's in good shape, when Mr. TARDIS on YouTube tells you it's in great health and great shape, he's lying. It's not. Even in raw data terms, without bias, right? Or even with bias, you can see it's not doing well. It's moronic to think that this is good and that this is in good health. No. People have checked out, the BBC know it, and they're refusing to provide very basic data that was once, right up until this season, this era, readily available. So there you go, ladies and gents. There you go. Let me know what you think down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.